Hey there guys, I'm Renee. I am the owner and artist behind Chicly Reclaimed Decor, and welcome back to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be taking you through the process of how I crafted these fun spring themed peekaboo treat containers with some French country shabby chic inspired flair. I'm going to be sharing a more simple version on a repurposed glass jar with a lid, and also a more playful take on the design reminiscent of a painted egg with colorful spots on a repurposed glass vase. This is an easy DIY that can create a fun and decorative way to display candy or treats at your next spring get-together that is sure to catch the eye of both young and old. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in learning, stick around because that's what I will be going over today. But before we begin, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload new tutorials. Okay guys, so as I was saying before, this is a super simple upcycle project that you can use with items that you have at your house or with thrifted decor. Now I'm going to be using these round vinyl stickers, but you can use a piece of masking tape or another vinyl sticker cut in the shape of whatever you would like. And if you're wondering, my stickers are actually repurposed. These are leftover labels from a spice kit that my mother-in-law picked up. Now, before you begin your project, you want to make sure that your glass jars are all cleaned. And for the small jar in particular, I really wanted it to have a little knob on top. So what I did is I took an old piece of wooden hardware and my trusty heat gun, and I glued that right into place. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these vinyl stickers, and for this jar in particular, I'm just going to add it around about in the middle on each side. These stickers are going to create a resist for the paint that we're going to be layering over top, and in the end it's going to create those peekaboo viewing windows. For the large glass vase, I wanted it to have a more whimsical style design, so I added these vinyl stickers in a random pattern to create spots. And as you can see, I'm not going to worry if these stickers don't sit flush on this rounded surface, because later on I'll be sharing you a quick and simple way to clean up any paint that might leak through. Once my vinyl stickers were all into place, I'm ready to start painting. Now I'm going to be using a latex base primer first. This is going to be a dual purpose here because this is not only going to prime this glass surface to be painted, because this is a bonding primer, so it's going to make it so whatever paint I put on top of this glass, it is going to bond to the surface, and it's also going to be creating texture. So as you can see, I'm just using a cheap chip brush, and I am dabbing this latex-based primer on. So my reasoning behind using this product to create this great texture is, firstly, it's going to save on costs. So I am not going to have to come back later and add a texture additive either to my paint, or vice versa, use a texture pre-made product. And secondly, I just really like the look that it creates. It gives a piece just a hint of texture. And I'm going to be applying 2 layers of this primer so we have a nice foundation for our project. So I'm a self-taught artist, and I'm based out of Montana, USA, and we're also known as Big Sky Country. And when I think of spring, I think of big, blue, beautiful skies. So I'm using my favorite blue. This is Sophia by Couture Paint. This is an acrylic mineral-based paint, and I'm just going to be applying this onto my jars in random brush strokes. In some areas, I'm going to brush it on. Others, I'm going to stipple it or dab it on. Remember, you're going for texture here. So any additional texture that you can create when you are adding this paint, it's just going to add to the look of your shabby chic style painted item. After putting 2 coats of the Sophia blue, this is an up-close look at not only the color, but the texture that we've created. Now to accent and add an aged paint look to this design, we are going to be dry brushing using Candlelight, again by Couture Paint, and this is an off-white color, and I'm again going to be using a small chip brush. After dipping my paintbrush into this paint, I am going to brush off the majority of the paint from my brush so that it's quote unquote dry, and then I'm just simply going to go about the process of gently brushing over top of the texture on our design. As you can see, when I'm dry brushing, I'm using both back and forth and side to side motions. And here in just a minute, I will give you a side-to-side comparison of what this piece looks like after it was dry brushed and then before. And I followed that exact same process to dry brush this Candlelight color onto the glass vase. Keep in mind when you're doing this technique that you're applying a small amount of paint at a time, so you have complete control over the look that you create. For more visible texture, simply just dry brush on another layer of paint, and so on and so forth. Once I've dry brushed my Candlelight color on and I'm happy with the results, I'm ready to move on to the next step. I'm going to be adding a little elegance to this design with just a hint of gold. I'm going to be using Antique Gold by Couture Paint, and again, I'm going to be dry brushing this color over this design. Just keep in mind not to overload your paintbrush and that you're going for an aged and distressed paint look. And I know it's hard to see, but here in just a minute, I'll give you an up-close look. Once I was happy with the design that I had down and my paint had had time to dry, I then began the process of slowly and carefully removing these vinyl stickers. For this process, I found it easiest to make a little cut in the vinyl sticker and then to peel it off from there. Now, when I went to remove the designs on the glass vase, I knew I was going to have to clean up shop a bit. So after removing the vinyl sticker, I took that sharp razor blade and I just gently scraped off the excess paint that had bled through. Once all your vinyl stickers are removed, there is no particular need to add a top coat. You can if you want, but Couture Paint's acrylic mineral line of paint does have a soft top coat built into it. For the finishing touch, I'm going to be adding some rustic charm to this design with just some simple rope trim. And when you're done, don't forget to fill with your favorite colorful springtime treat or candy for that decorative and festive touch. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial where I took you through the process of how I crafted these Shabby Chic inspired peekaboo treat jars just in time for the spring and Easter holidays. Again, my name is Renee. I am the owner and artist behind Chicly Reclaimed Decor. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're interested in more DIY content. And today, I hope I've inspired you to pick up a paintbrush and do a little creating of your very own.